I walk briskly, and I've always walked briskly. Now I'm back to walking briskly. Um, I noticed also that when you get up from sitting and you stand up, you know, the joints have a little bit of an ache for a second or two till things get going. Aches and soreness are practically all gone. I like not having aches. I like not aching whenever I get up and move because, again, remember now I'm moving more and I'm moving faster. I don't want to ache.
Hey, Larry, thanks so much for coming to spend time with me today.
Well, thank you for having me.
Well, I'm excited because I see your face always showing up on that Zoom call. So I'm like, I need to know that, Larry.
Oh my God. Well, I'm sorry. Well, I hope it worked out. I hope I met
It's
the
all
expectation.
good.
Yes. So
So
you all go ahead.
no, I want to hear what you have to say.
I was going to say, so you can see us on that call?
Just your picture that you have on the Zoom
Oh,
screen.
okay. Gotcha. Okay. Just
Yeah.
curious.
No, your privacy is safe. That's why we have it built that way.
Okay.
So, Larry, I'm dying to hear your story. So, can you tell the listeners a little bit about how you were feeling prior to coming to QHS?
Well, I didn't realize how much I had lost of my life zip. Okay. I've always been a fast moving individual. My parents, when I was growing up, used to tell me that I didn't have to run everywhere I went, I could walk. So I've always had a generally fast pace about things and been very energetic. Time took some of that away from me. In fact, time took a lot of that away from me. I didn't realize how much. And so when I got my device, one of the first things I started wearing it in July, at the end of July, July 24th, I got the black device. And one of the first things I noticed is that I have a ringing in my ear and the ringing like improved. It went down. It didn't completely eliminate it, but it was a whole lot less. In fact, I don't even hear it right now. And so I generally just started feeling good. Okay. I'd forgotten what that general feeling good was. I guess when I compare where I was to where I went, I said where I went was so much more, it was just a good feeling. Everything just felt better. And so I got my white device. I was one of those people that got my white device soon after. So I feel very blessed in that regard. And like I wrote here in my notes, that I really started feeling a pep in my step. When I got up to walk, I walked briskly and I've always walked briskly. Now I'm back to walking briskly. I noticed also that when you get up from sitting and you stand up, you know, the joints have a little bit of an ache for a second or two till things get going. I don't have that anymore. I get up and
Nice.
I'm at full tilt. Okay. And so I make my moves. In fact, I was at dinner with a friend that I go to dinner regularly, and we sit up on high top chairs. And I got down to go to the restroom and got back up, and he says, "Wow." He says that I told him about the device. He said that device must be working. He said, "I used to always see you. You kind of slid down the chair, then you got firmly planted on the floor, and then you took off." He said, "This time you went down and you started walking immediately." And I said, "Gosh, I didn't think anything about it, but I didn't feel that instant of imbalance or that I needed to catch myself. It just happened. So aches and soreness are practically all gone, and and so that's been phenomenal. The other thing that's been phenomenal that I had grown to accept, that as I aged, I'd always heard that you crave sleep, okay, as you get older because you don't sleep as well. And I didn't sleep as well. Sometimes I'd take some melatonin to try to get to sleep, and that just basically put you to sleep. It didn't keep you asleep. And I'd
Good
wake up
point.
I'd wake up 2 or 3 times in the middle of the night. And I remember thinking, God, I'd give anything to just sleep all night and get a full night's rest. And so one day I stepped it up a little bit and took some Benadryl. And that really did. In fact, it hit me so hard that when I woke up in the morning, I mean, just felt droggy. I felt like I was in a fog or a cloud. I said, man, I don't like this. Well, fortunately, about that time, I did receive the white device. And one of the things that I noticed immediately is that I sleep all night, however long I want. I typically go to sleep about 10:30 and I wake up at 6, and I have slept all night. I don't have to get up to go to the bathroom or anything like that. And it feels wonderful. I mean, that right there alone is worth the price of admission, because I mean, sleep is so important.
Yeah. And
And,
that's when your body heals.
right, and I just can't I can't say enough about it. Both my wife has one also, and she too has noticed that the sleep has been the one of the most valuable things we've received from it. Of course, I like not having aches. I like not aching whenever I get up and move, because again, remember, now I'm moving more and I'm moving faster. I don't want to ache. I'm trying to look at my notes here.
While you're
Uh,
doing that, it's pretty cool that your friend noticed. You know what I mean?
yeah.
That's something when somebody else notices.
Well, and I'm glad you said that, because I remember it was tremendously validating for me that we were on the right path, and that there was truly something to this. I know. I mean, really, at the end of the day, is how I feel is what's most important, because I validate, my own feelings and validate what I didn't feel. But when somebody else saw it without, I mean, it being totally unsolicited, is what was just made it so amazing. Um, the other thing that I've noticed is that having a general feeling of well-being. I don't know how to describe that other than the fact that I've started having this feeling of, you know what, everything's going to be all right, and all that is just, I think it's just everything culminating together. That things you don't ache, you get a full night's rest. You put all that together, and I believe that a feeling of well-being is one of the byproducts of it. And it's just, I don't feel 67. Okay, I'm going to tell you that right now. I don't feel 67. Yeah, I'm carrying some extra weight, and yeah, I'd love to be able to ride, 50-mile bike rides, every day. I'm not there yet. I did use the word yet, because I do have aspirations to be there again. I love the bicycle, and and being able to get a full night's sleep. Like I said, I can't tell you how valuable that is, because I went many years without it, and so now, whether the well-being is a result of sleep and loss of achiness and just all the different things that have come my way, I'm making sure I didn't leave anything out here on my notes. Um, whether all that is interrelated, I'd probably guess it is. But I mean, what's the price of feeling good?
Mm. Yeah, that's amazing. And really, it's a value. I mean, the stuff that I've heard so many testimonials, but it's a massive value. Somebody said that their wife went to a doctor's appointment to a naturopath and it was over, the cost of our membership. So I was just like, wow,
Yeah,
so that's pretty awesome. And then we get the granddaddy of them all.
yeah.
And hopefully in a short time, we'll be able to go into the Q arc and have a healthy 30-year-old body. What excites you the most about that, Larry? What are you going to do?
Well, I'm actually thought about going to law school, and I've always felt that was something. I miss my calling as far as my career. As you know, I deal in legal aspects now in my career, and I've thought about that. I will be back on my bicycle. I will be riding again, and you know, I'm actually hoping to be able to, execute my humanitarian projects with energy and inspiration, and be able to positively influence a lot of people's lives.
Yeah, that's going to be so fun, isn't it?
It is. I can't wait.
I was talking to somebody actually it was this morning about humanitarian projects and about how Cynthia and Dr. A were waiting and waiting and waiting, and then they decided to start doing. And now with the replicator device, the QHR, we are going to be able to start doing stuff right now. all of
Yeah.
us, boots on the ground, helping people with nutrition, which is huge.
Yes, it is. I'll sign up for that deal. Yeah.
Yeah. That's amazing. I mean, people have already started signing up. We're halfway there.
Yeah.
So I was thinking, gosh, what could I do with it? Like I could feed the seniors and the children who are undernourished at school and,
Yes.
like all these people that aren't getting adequate nutrition.
And I live in a part of the country there's a lot of poverty down here in South Texas. And so I believe we have lots of work to do here. And I can't wait till RV and funding and all that, because my wife and I are going to take a short break, but then we're going to hit the deck running.
Yeah, me too. Awesome. Well, will you come back post 2 after the QR so I can see your changes and everything?
Absolutely.
See a new Larry.
An opportunity to talk to Tracy again. Who could pass that up?
Oh, you're so sweet. You're a doll. So, Larry, what would you like to say in closing?
I think we have to go into this with a positive attitude, and we have to learn to look at the little details of our lives. It'd be real easy to gloss over all the things that have happened and have totally missed them. But initially, some of the improvements are slight, and they happen very subtly. But then when you notice that they're recurring, and now we're several months into this, we haven't gone back to where we were before. I still do not have aches when I get up and move. I still have a zip in my walk. And so those are all very things that would be very easily overlooked. So we have to really pay attention to our bodies and really notice how these changes come upon us.
That's a good thing. We really need to pay attention to our bodies for all things so that we can be more tuned into what it actually needs. And I forgot to ask you, did you notice a difference when you got the white device versus the black device?
Well, that's when I noticed things really happening. Okay. Even though I only had the black device for about 2 weeks. But I noticed that when I got the black one, within a few days is when I use the word, I had a pep in my step. That's when I really noticed that. So I guess it was there. And so the results manifested a lot faster. But I still keep my black device and use it when my white one's charging. So I do not spend a minute of time without a device on my body.
Yeah, that's really good. That's really, really good. I actually was doing this thing at the gym today and I had my device stuck in my sports bra and I'm jumping up on this box and it all of a sudden went boop onto the mat. I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
So
Well,
I try to keep it close.
There you go. Yeah. So I think that I'm not saying that the black device didn't provide anything for me, but I will tell you that all the things that I've noticed and that have really been, to me, revolutionary have been while I had the white device.
Awesome. Well, we know it has 8,000 times the output. This
That's
engineer
amazing.
tested it. I know. And all the testimonials I've gathered so far, like over 160, have been with the black device. So imagine what's going to happen now. It's just going to be woo.
Imagine that. Like I said, I feel very blessed to have gotten the white one right away. But and it grieves me sometimes when I hear people haven't gotten anything, and here I am with 2 devices. But anyway, I'm thankful for it.
Awesome. Well, my darling, thank you so much for spending time with me today. It was such a pleasure, and I look forward to the next one.
We'll get together again. Count on it.
Okay. All right, sweetie. Thank you so much. Have a beautiful day.
You too. Bye.
Okay.
Thank you for making this QHS project fly. This valorous admin team, thank you. The Key community welcomes you. Thank you for making your home QHS healthy and happy. Thank you for helping us place QH centers all around the world. Together, hand in hand, we make miracles happen. quantumhealingsystems.org. Thank you.